Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am the Peacefire Witch, and on this channel I review tarot cards, oracle card decks, and other witchy things. And of course, if you like these videos, feel free to subscribe, give me a like, leave a comment, let me know you're watching this, because that's always good to hear. Today's review is going to be the Truth Universally Acknowledged A Jane Austen Tarot deck. Now, this is a very, very blind opening. I randomly picked this up in a gift shop and I didn't really know anything about it or really what it is. I'm a little confused because of the number of cards. It's a 53 card deck and it says for divination and gameplay. It's by Jacqui, Oakley. 53 cards is an interesting number, and let's see if we can get some more explanation here. It is a truth universally acknowledged that any person in possession of a sense of destiny must be in want of a tarot reading. I thought Lenormand maybe, but it also doesn't match up with that, so I'm not really familiar with what we're going to see here. So welcome to like a truly blind unboxing, because I really have no idea what I'm going to see when I open up this deck. I didn't look closely at it when I bought it. It just said tarot card deck, and I was like, hey, I need a tarot card deck to do another review for my channel, so I'm just going to pick this one up. It looks interesting, and it wasn't until I got home that I realized it's not a standard tarot deck. And I do apologize because I don't know. Like, I know there's Toth, and I know there's a Norman, and there's a couple other different styles of tarot. I actually bought a Lenormand deck through Kickstarter, so I'll have one of those eventually for you to see, but not for a while. So the box is a 2-piece box. It's actually very nice, but actually it's not even 2-piece. Sorry, it's a 1-piece, just a flip top box, which I do enjoy. That's what my Starseeker Tarot box is like, and it's really nice. It's also a bigger box than, like, I got my always present Muse Tarot is just always right there. So there's my Muse Tarot box, which is kind of a standard, you know, tarot box size. Sometimes they come bigger because they have the bigger guidebooks, which seems to be the reason why this one is in a bigger box. So let's take a look at the guidebook really quick. What's interesting is the cards kind of look oracle deck sized. Again, let's compare it to my tarot card here. It's both wider and taller. And then let's also, I have, this is Brittany Carmichael's, what's it called? Shine from the Inside Oracle cards. I'll do a walkthrough of this one eventually. I haven't really, I need to do some more oracle card walkthroughs because I don't have a lot of those yet. As you can see, it's a little bit shorter than this one, but it's a standard oracle card size as opposed to tarot card size. Going back to the book, I do think it's interesting that they went with the sized book and thus the sized box, because it's not a thick book at all. It's quite thin, so it's just an interesting choice. I guess it stood out to me on the shelf, so I guess it worked. Introduction. It is a truth universally acknowledged that any person with a good fortune must be in want of someone to tell them that fortune. Enter tarot. So let's see. This special set combines the 22 Major Arcana and 56 Minor Arcana characters from the tarot into a 53 card deck that interprets them through the world of Jane Austen. So I guess they kind of are going RWS. Maybe, because it's, I mean, that's RWS right there. 22 Major and 56 Minor. In fact, I thought at first when I got this, it was just the Minor Arcana because that was closest, but I'm like, nope, 56, 53, still not quite there. The cards. So the Major Arcana, these cards present larger-than-life events. Minor Arcana cards refer to smaller events. Face cards, or the card cards in tarot, traditionally refer to personal characteristics or actual people in your life. Then there's the suits, and the suits line up with more of a traditional playing card, which is also what they, the clubs are wands, the diamonds are coins, the hearts are cups, and the spades are swords. Looking forward now, there's a couple of layouts that you can go from and some examples of that. 3-card layout there. And then it does look like we get into the individual cards. It looks like each card gets a very small section. So the Ace of Clubs / Strength. So it's combining a Minor Arcana with a Major Arcana, and they both represent courage. So I guess that's what they're doing here, but it still doesn't add up because 53 is not 78 divided, or 53 is not 78 divided by 2, or I'm just really not sure how the cards, we'll get there though. We'll figure it out together. Let's go. So it looks like you get a keyword and then nothing bolsters the soul like a good spot of tea. So you have a little Jane Austen-y quote there. The 2 of Clubs stands by itself. The 3 of Clubs stands by itself. The 5 of Clubs is partnered with the Devil. The 6 of Clubs with the Tower. 8 of Clubs, 9 of Clubs with the Sun. So yeah, it's going through. I'm not going to flip through the whole thing. Again, if you really want to read the whole thing, you can buy the deck. And this is a mass market deck. It's not an indie deck, so it's not something that you're going to have a hard time getting a hold of, I don't think. I mean, I found it in a random gift shop, so shouldn't be too hard. A little bit about Jacqui Oakley is the author of Color Me Jane, an award-winning illustrator. She has exhibited paintings in the Toronto, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Philadelphia, San Diego, and Shanghai cities. And she lives with her husband in Hamilton, Ontario. Oh, she's from Ontario. They're my neighbors. So see more of her work at JacquiOakley.com or at Jacqui Oakley on Twitter and Instagram. So if you want to follow this particular deck creator, that is where you'll do it. It is copyright 2020, so it is a newer deck. This is one I hadn't really heard of. So when I saw it, oh, here we go. I know what I did wrong. When I saw it, I thought, oh, this is something different, something interesting. Let's try it out. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it long run, but we'll see. It has the handy pull me out box string thing. Set that there. And we'll just start flipping through. So the backs, I've got a dog barking outside. I think it might be mine, but I didn't put him outside, so sorry about that. A truth universally acknowledged. Now this deck, you can tell if the cards, just by looking at them, if it's upside down or it's it up based on the words. And it's a pretty thick cardstock. It's matte. And it's kind of linen. You can see that right there. So it's like a matte linen card. All right, let's start flipping through here. We got the ace, and up here it does say strength. I think if it has another word at the top, that's when you know they're being combined. Still not quite sure how this all adds up, but so it looks like the 5 of Clubs, which is Wands, is also the Devil. So we are in the Wands. So it's also comparing the 6 of Wands to the Tower. They're very beautiful. Oh, look, we have a quote. Ooh, a quote. It is well to have as many holds upon happiness as possible. And that would be the 9 of Wands as well as the Sun. Well, that's a fun card. Trying to read some of these books here. Cool. It's a very beautiful deck. It's not borderless. There is a border here. It has the border and the frame around it. So it's a frame and border deck. And it's got, you know, even another frame on the inside, but it's very pretty. The artwork in it is very nice. The colors are really nice. It's definitely an artwork deck. And who's been watching Bridgerton? Because a lot of these are very, like, I feel like they're from Bridgerton. I know it's Jane Austen, but it's making me go to Bridgerton just because I just finished watching it, and so much of that is like being reflected in this. So I'm sure the authors of Bridgerton took a lot of inspiration from Jane Austen. I mean, if you've read the books, seen the show, you'll definitely recognize and see that. We are now on the diamonds, which are the coins, which makes sense to me. I can kind of, I was trying to figure out how I could connect in my own head that the clubs are wands. And I'm not really sure how I would connect that without memorizing the fact. But the fact that the diamonds are pentacles, are coins, the guidebook said coins, but the fact that the diamonds are pentacles makes perfect sense to me. And again, very, very beautiful. I'm enjoying this deck a lot. I don't know how often I will use it because it's a little confusing, but I'm sure if I played around with it a lot, and if I'm ever looking for something kind of apart from my usual, it'd be a nice thing to reach for. You pierce my soul. I am half agony, half hope. So that would be, oh, we're on, I didn't even notice we made it onto the hearts. The hearts are cups, and it makes sense that they would have a cup that aligns with the lovers. Cups have a lot to do with emotions. So to me, the cups being, or the hearts being cups makes sense because a lot of emotions involved. We all have our best guides within us, if only we would listen. I do really like the ones that have quotes on it. I'm not as much of a fan as the cards that have people on them. I like the illustrated ones. I think those are very beautiful. I'm not really, like I've voiced before, I prefer illustrated decks over pip decks. In this case, I almost feel like the pip cards are a little more appealing to me than the cards with people. Other than, of course, the fact that they remind me of Bridgerton. And I did binge watch that a couple weeks ago. The Hanged Man is being compared, or I guess put together, with the Two of Swords. So we're on to the Spades, which are the swords. I'm not really sure. Again, spades and clubs, to me, how they assigned it to be wands or swords. Maybe there's a different method I'm not aware of. If there is, feel free to comment in the comments about it, because I'm kind of curious as to how they came to it. So the Seven of what's basically swords is the Chariot. We've got Justice here. Going back, I really like the like I said, the not illustrated ones, the ones without people. These are obviously illustrated, but there are no people. It's just the pretty the scenery. My daughter is outside the door, so if you can hear that, that's what that squealing noise was. So, and now I have a dog barking. We're getting down to the last couple here. We have the King of Swords with the Emperor. And then the last card is a Joker. Now, I am curious about this because I guess that would bring you to 52 cards, which means it's based off card deck. Oh, there we go. The Joker. So the Joker kind of, I'm guessing, is like the Fool, beginnings. So interesting because it came at the end of this deck as opposed to the front. And I didn't see the Fool anywhere else, so that appears to be what that one is. And I've nicely bent that up. So let's just take one last final look at the deck here. It does have, of course, the border as well as the frame. So you're not going to see the wide, beautiful spread of colors. This one doesn't use a ton of colors. It's very purples and browns. Actually, there's a fair amount in the actual cards, but yeah, kind of a beigey muted deck. And again, the back, I do like the backs a lot. They're very, very pretty. I would almost prefer them without that, without the writing, if it was just this and then the moons. Just a preference. Let's give it a little shuffle, see how well it shuffles. It is a bigger card deck. Again, it's oracle card size, not tarot card sized. So I don't know how well I'm going to be able to pull this off because I have tiny, like I'm spreading my hands so thin right now, or so wide right now. Let's just give it a go. Not bad. Yeah, very, it's like shuffling oversized playing cards. So that's it. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Peacefire Witch here on YouTube. If you enjoy this, again, I would love it if you would subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave me some comments, let me know what you think. And if you have a request for a deck to review, I'm always on the hunt for new decks to buy and to review, so give me an excuse to buy another one. Again, I have 3 or 4 still sitting up on my shelf here that I have yet to review that I hope to get to very soon. And then a couple on their way, including like 6 Kickstarters. I went a little Kickstarter crazy, but of course we know that I may not see some of those until the summer, maybe even the fall. So I don't want to bank on those. So if you know of a nice indie deck is my preference, comment down below and let me know. Or you can send me a message over on Instagram. I am at @thepeacefire_witch. Of course, I'll link that down below too, so you can find me, and I will link to where you can purchase this deck online as well as Jacqui's website. So thank you for tuning in. I will be back again soon with another tarot deck, oracle deck, or other witchy things review. Bye.